Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Better with eCat. And today the topic is spiritual awakening, so stay with me. Like all of my other videos on my channel and all of the topics that I usually touch, it comes, from my own perspective and from my own experience, especially such a huge, topic as a spiritual awakening. A lot of people, I'm sure they have their own perception, interpretation of this, thing, basically what's happening to some of us. Like you can find lots of different articles, lots of different opinions, but what I think is, nobody really know 100% what it is. A lot of people experience it, in a similar, with the similar signs, but in a different ways. So I kind of wanted to express what I think about it and how it feels like, be like waking up myself. So for me, so basically what I read, and I try to combine what I feel like it is really kind of like you overcoming your ego, where everything is me, I'm always right, everybody's wrong, or just like I want to be happy, I need this person to make me happy, or I don't know, I need this car to, feel successful and be happy, things like that. And, ego is kind of, it's all like, it's you, right? I'm not saying it is good to completely to lose ego, but with spiritual awakening, I feel like why it's called awakening, you open up, your brain opens up, your heart opens up, your mind opens up, and you start realizing things. The spiritual awakening, as we all know or heard, maybe we're all spiritual beings deep inside, right? We're born, most of us are born asleep, right? It takes a lifetime, and not even just one lifetime. Spiritual awakening not just happening in one moment or even sometimes in one lifetime. Once you start awakening, it can continue and continue even in your next lives. So what is usually triggers spiritual awakening? I read about it, and I know, and I kind of start noticing, when did it start happening to me? When I start feeling, where I feel, something is going on with me. I'll touch that topic later, how you kind of feel and what's really kind of going on, right? And maybe for some other people, it was different than for me. So it says in the articles and how I felt, usually some kind of big event. Sometimes it's traumatic, usually it's traumatic where, like it stressed your feelings, it stressed your being to the core. That's how you start, like, feeling like there is something more to life, or there is something, why is this happening, right? Like you understand also why the awakening, why those like factors of pain or karmic lessons happening to us. You kind of, once you start awakening, you understand why. And the awakening always triggers all your traumas, either those from the past lives, either from this life, right? I'm sure not everybody had a perfect life. We all had some traumas with family, with parents, with husbands, with boyfriends, with other things in life. So I've noticed my awakening actually started happening after my last, serious relationship with my boyfriend. So to me, I didn't even know what was going on, right? To me, spiritual awakening, of course, directly connected with the spirituality. And how I even got into spirituality, it was honestly through tarot cards. Somehow all of a sudden I started drawn to tarot readings online. You know, I know YouTube been there forever. I never even know, you know, paid attention to YouTube, paid attention to card readings. So I know those were the signs that found me. I started listening to a lot of card readings. So of course those card readings not only about he loves me or not, and that's how actually now I become a card reader myself, because through those through the readings, through the cards, through connection with spirit, you can learn so much more about life and about yourself than just, you know, looking at the future or past events. So yes, basically all that pain that from my past relationship, all of that suffering triggered my awakening. That was personally for me. As I mentioned, for other people could be different. So what else? Yeah, so basically spiritual awakening, it is also connected, I feel like personally, it is connected to your life purpose. We all came here for something, you know. I've been working, you know, doing my thing, and maybe never really felt that urge that oh my god, like I'm so emotionally unfulfilled with what I do. Like I was working as a trainer at that time already, so yes, I'm emotionally fulfilled when I transform my clients' health and lives and, you know, mental states. It makes me feel very, very happy and fulfilled. But I always feel like there is something more to it, right? And not just something more, it also, like, I felt like I don't want to just affect maybe, you know, whatever 5 of my clients that I'm working with. I feel like my purpose in life to affect like billions of lives. So that's how I'm still working on. I don't know where I got this idea from, how it came to me. I always, and plus I started realizing that I have like a big mission, not just something small. I don't know what it is yet, but I know it's something, and I know my fear and my insecurity is still blocking that project or that idea come up, you know. But I know one day hopefully I'll overcome. Even being on this channel talking all that stuff, I always like still feel insecure and uncomfortable. Sometimes I feel stupid. I'm like, maybe people think I'm stupid, like what is she talking about, right? But I do feel like I still even help here somehow with my advices or with my opinions. So basically, yes. How do you know you're going through spiritual awakening? Do not be afraid. It is actually very, very painful. Once you realize there is something bigger than, you know, than your personal life, there is something bigger than you just going home or working or hanging with friends, taking trips, right? You start feeling that lock inside of you. And that's where this depression comes. You know, they say very sensitive people, especially, you know, when you wake up, you feel all these energies even more, so you become even more sensitive. Some people become when you don't know what you're going through, you're searching for a quick fix, sometimes drugs, sometimes alcohol, other addictions, right? Whatever you can imagine. So that's what also actually sad to admit, it's been happening to me. This not only this factor of, you know, some addictions, but I know this is a huge part too. When you're deeply unhappy inside because you don't know what's going on with you, and you know you belong to something more, but you don't know what it is, right? And it does take step-by-step time to really completely awaken. You're not gonna be just, you know, in a second, boom, you woke up, you realize all the truth of the life, how universe work, what's, you know, what it is. So basically, yes, it does take time. And another thing I wanted to say is, I feel like when you actually awakening, it kind of, you start realizing, how I call it, truth, real legit truths, different truths, or many, of life. So we're raised what? We're raised, go to school, go to work, get married, have kids. You think this is your purpose in life? No. So you start realizing there is something more, and it's not only those standards of life. That's what you came to earth to do. No, there is like a deeper purpose. Yes, some people's purpose is to be mothers. That's why from their you know, you have this urge to become a mother. I know my friend, right? she's like craving and been dreaming, and she's a little younger than me. So and I know another friend that was 21, she wanted to be a mother. You know, for me it's a little early, but she had that urge. And so maybe those you know, life purpose is to actually build a family, become a mother, you know, raise the child. And some of us, like me, I don't have that craving, or just like, you know, eventually I'm open for it, of course, but I feel like I have some other different mission on a different scale, like to help bunch of like a lot of people. And I've been pursuing you know, with my businesses and even this YouTube channel, as I mentioned, I've been pursuing that calling. It's just like, I also feel like once I will be on the right, completely right step of my life purpose, the success will follow. Usually, you know, of course it's always ups and downs, but I believe like you see big breakthrough or success once you're really doing what you came here to do, right? And in the meantime, I am going through my awakening. I'm like, you know, I'm like more depressed. I realize like I kind of like isolated for so many people. I just find people very shallow and dull. A lot of people, not all of them, right? Because people are not awakened. They chase the money, they chase, you know, I don't know, hoes and cars, but they don't get that, you know, the bigger feeling. I'm not saying I'm like Jesus and I'm awakened and I know everything. No, but I'm saying that feeling where I still want a, you know, beautiful house. I like nice things, don't take me wrong. You know, I will work towards that and I will get it. But I'm talking about like, that's not what I do think of every day. I feel like of the like higher things, and even realizing like when for example, you are, you know, fighting with people or the way people treat you. Back then I was like, oh, he's a douchebag, or she's, you know, asshole and all that. Now I kind of know and I see the roots of their behavior towards me, or the root of my behavior even towards them, because I'm still not perfect, right? So I know where it's coming from, and I look at the situations more different. I don't hate. I do give them like sometimes people just not ready to be with you or to be your friend or just to be even around you. If your vibration is already elevated, you know, from the awakening especially, you you know, they will not tolerate to be around you, and you will not tolerate to be around those people. So that's how either you get in a fight, you separate, or you separate with them by your own personal, you know, decision and choice. So, but the thing is, I realized those people are not ready yet. You know, they're not ready to be on the same, you know, level and frequency. They will get there hopefully one day. Some people never get there if they don't. I don't know. Some people honestly never. I don't think they ever wake up, or even like slightly to have a feeling or desire. I don't know why. Right? That's again up to God or universe. Nobody, I'm sure, know why some people don't wake up. But that's another thing. When you wake up, you start drawing. You don't know what's going on with you. I started, you know, I never been super religious. I was raised as a Christian, even not even that super religious Christian. I started like looking into different religions, and like Buddhism, always been attracted to Buddhism. So I went to, you know, I met a group of people that are Buddhists, practice Buddhism, and I've attended, you know, those lectures and those groups and those chanting sessions, and I kind of got drifted away from this. I shared the, you know, the culture, I shared the wisdom and the laws of that religion particularly, but I just like don't see myself doing that every day. I don't know how to explain this. I know you have to practice, but I don't feel that drawn to it anymore. Like I used to, right? So I feel like there is other things that call on me, like, you know, and like you always have to listen to what you're drawn to. At the cards, right? At first I was just listening to the tarot cards nonstop. I'm like, why I'm so addicted, like, you know. And then I start reading myself, and I start learning, even though each card represents certain wisdom or the truth, you know, like you're learning about like the world, the life, yourself. Like it's very, very deep interesting thing, tarot reading, right? So yeah, basically, if you feel you completely lost and you like don't feel yourself, you most likely going through that spiritual awakening. That you can you know, you start like trying to be drawn and read about certain, you know, maybe about yoga or maybe about meditation at first, and then step by step, like a chain reaction, you running into different little things. I didn't know what it was, spiritual awakening, you know, even 2 years ago, right? Now I know. I'm here preaching some spiritual stuff, chakras and all that stuff. And so it's slowly you run into that information that you actually need to be receiving, that helps you to wake up. Universe will guide you further and further and further. And yeah, I feel like it is directly connected to our life purpose here, which that's the key to. I feel like you only be completely happy once you really on your life purpose road. This way you're gonna be emotionally fulfilled with doing what you love. Yes, there will be bumps on the road, you know, but I feel like you'll be truly deeply happy if you're on that path. And if you're not, like I'm emotionally fulfilled even when I'm sharing the videos or doing like the cards, but maybe I'm not, like, it doesn't bring me that you know, success like in the big scale that I'm, you know, I really feel like I should be doing. But it's already, you know, big fulfillment for me. So I kind of learning myself in that case. So yeah, I do believe it's all connected, and it will help you to, you know, like, yeah, the spiritual awakening just continues. It continues. You just learn those truth. You learn how to, you know, understand why people behave certain ways, why certain things happening, how they happening. It's all part of the spiritual awakening, because it comes to us not from this planet, right? I do believe in the past lives, in just like that that universal law, like that nobody, you know, exactly knows, but everybody seems to be knowing, talking about at the moment, right? So I don't know, that was my personal opinion. Hopefully it kind of maybe gave you a little bit insight if you're going through some similar things. And yeah, like, share, and subscribe for more, you know, videos like that and about the different topics. And I will see you soon. Bye.